All right, what's going on Instagram? Indigenous Rookie Cards, aka Name, coming at you with another edition of Indigenous Sunday, coming at you on another Monday. What can I say? Had a very busy weekend. I was really tired last night. Had two birthday celebrations over the weekend. My wife's birthday was on Friday, and then Sunday we celebrated her dad, my father-in-law's birthday on Sunday, and it's just busy times, and I was really tired last night and just wanted to take it easy and decided just to wait another night to do the video. So here I am, Monday evening, coming at you with this video. As you could see from my Instagram posts this week, I didn't have any mail at all. Actually, trying to buy less right now because, I mean, there's a couple of reasons why. I bought quite a bit over the last few months, and also there's nothing really on my want list right now that I've been finding on eBay or anywhere in the market. So just waiting for things that I really want in my collection before I pick them up. And I did find one this last week, knocking the first card off my want list since I posted my want list probably about 2 months ago. I'll show you which card that is this week when it arrives, but I'm really excited about that card because I've been looking for it for a long time and waiting for the right price for it to add it to my collection. And I'll tell you all about that once it comes in. I also just want to share my card of the week and talk a little bit about that. Before I do that, my card of the week has to do with an Indigenous legend who we recently lost on Friday, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about that player and wanted to show their rookie card for my card of the week. So so Jim Nielson passed away on Friday. Very sad news. One of the first Indigenous players in the NHL. As far as I know, he was the 10th Indigenous player in the NHL, and played in 1960s and 70s. Had a really long career. Played over 1,000 games in the NHL. Had over 300 points. Was a second-team All-Star in 1967-68. And was considered one of the greatest New York Rangers of all time. Why is he important? He's important because, well, obviously being one of the first Indigenous players in the NHL, but besides that, he was playing in the 1960s when during that time there was only 3 Indigenous players in the NHL, and really there was only 2 that were known and that openly talked about it, according to what I've learned from different sources. One of those players was George Armstrong, who played for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then the other was Jim Nielson. So very few visible Indigenous players in the NHL at that time, and during that time it was a very, very difficult time to be an Indigenous person. I mean, it's not any easier today, but back in those days was definitely a lot more difficult to be living as an Indigenous person in Canada. If you didn't know, we only got the right to vote in 1960, so very shortly after that, Jim Nielson's career started. And then also in those times, you couldn't do things like go into bars, you couldn't buy alcohol, you couldn't go to university, you couldn't join the army, you couldn't vote in the elections without enfranchising yourself. And what that means is that you're denouncing your rights as an Indigenous person in order to become a Canadian citizen. Really, really hard to be a visible Indigenous person at those times. You weren't really accepted as a regular person in Canada at all. So I can imagine that playing hockey during those times, there was a lot of racism going on. I mean, it still occurs today for sure, but during that time, it was a lot more openness about it, and it was a lot more acceptable to be racist. And I heard a lot of stories about what these players endured over their careers, not just Jim Nielson. And of course, one of the famous nicknames that every Indigenous player had during those times was Chief, and Jim Nielson had that nickname as well. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and share my card of the week, which is this Jim Nielson rookie card, 1962-63 Topps. Good looking card. I don't even remember when I got this. It was one of the first cards I got in my collection when I started this back in 2014. So yeah, this card is in pretty decent shape for being from 1962. I mean there's probably better versions of this, but this is a really nice looking card for me to have in my collection. But I just wanted to share that and talk a little bit about that, and just share a little bit about what a lot of these players endured, experienced, heard during those times as players in the NHL and just hockey anywhere. But yeah, that's my card of the week. No mail once again. I will post my mail as it comes in this week, and I just want to thank you for watching this video, and I'll check in with you next week. Have a great evening.